Okay, thank you for your patience. I would like to introduce myself again. So my name is Andrea Kuruc, and I am working at Panon Business Network Association Hungary, and I am the member of the SMERF project team. I am very pleased to welcome you to our third online event, to our SMERF webinar, focusing this time on green and circular economy and sustainability, with special attention to SMEs. Today, I am going to be your host, and together with the help of our experts and dear colleagues, we will delve deeper into this topic. So if you have any technical problems, please let us know. And if you have any questions related to the presentations, you can use the chat function of the program. So thank you very much, and also thank you for your support. So let's start with our program for today. So SMERF projects, which is standing for SME for Future, is the cooperation of an international consortium working on the support of small and medium-sized enterprises along 4 dedicated fields. These activities and the focus of our project will be presented in our first presentation held by our lead partner, Representative Wroclaw University. So let me start this introduction video, and just a minute, I will share this with you. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know if you can hear me, but small partners said that they cannot hear the video, and I would like to ask for
I
your...
can hear you, Andrea, but I can't hear the video.
I really...
Same with me. I hear us talking,
sorry
but the
for
video
that.
is muted.
I don't know, because for me, video is working well. So I would like to ask for some technical help in this case.
I think you need to adjust your settings, your sound settings. So we should hear your sound. You are muted.
So you hear me, but the video not. Okay,
sorry for... That's right. Try just not muting yourself. when.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry again for this. I tried again, and then I'm not muted. Okay.
No, I still don't hear anything in the video.
Okay. Sorry for that. I don't know what is the problem with this. Okay, no, I cannot change these technically. So maybe I could
Andrea?
ask. Yes.
Maybe I can be a co-host. I can share the video.
Okay, that
For
was
me, it worked last time, so maybe.
Okay, I would be very thankful because I was thinking the same. Maybe some who already tried it can make it for me. Okay, Tobias, then please help me out in this situation.
I will see if it works. So hope you see the video now, and please let me know if the sound works.
Okay, the video is seen.
I'm the member of Youth Partners team from Wrocław University of Science and Technology, and it's my pleasure to present the project. In the European Union, small and medium-sized enterprises represent about 99% of all businesses. However, SMEs, especially in Central Europe, are struggling with the negative socio-economic impact of COVID-19 pandemic, climate change-related challenges, demographic trends, migration. In our research, we found that there is a low level of innovation and adaptation of new technologies, as well as new business concepts and models in Central European countries. Many firms in Central Europe do not yet have sufficient capacities to adopt those new concepts and models. We found that the digitalization of businesses in Central Europe is below the EU average, and there is a particular need to support SMEs in adopting digital technologies. We found that while circularity is increasing in Europe, many regions are still lagging behind the EU average, particularly in Slovakia, Croatia, Poland, Hungary. We found that Central Europe exhibits low cooperation between major companies and startups, which could hinder the modernization of existing business processes and the introduction of innovative solutions. And finally, there are still unpredictable changes in the environment. Already mentioned pandemic, disrupted supply chains, accelerating and unpredictable development of AI, rapid climate change associated with global warming, demographic trends, population migrations, and so on. So SMEs are faced with the necessity of effectively adopting new market and social concepts and models. However, there is a lack of knowledge in this area, lack of human capital with appropriate competencies, lack of good practices, lack of organizational and managerial capabilities. Also, governments need to create the optimal conditions for individuals to start and grow a business. The project focuses on supporting low-tech and medium-tech SMEs transition toward SMEs ready for the future. supporting their transformation towards readiness for future challenges. Our aim is to support over 160 SMEs by creating individual transformation scenarios based on assessment of their level of advancement in each pillar with the use of functionality of the expert system that we are developing. The tool will be called SMERF Diagnosis Tool. The project creates an approach by linking concurrently 4 pillars based on new concepts and models. The goals of interregional cooperation include creating an innovation-friendly culture, often underestimated in SMEs, accelerating or implementing digitalization in manufacturing, initiating or improving organizations' openness and encouraging them to adopt open innovation to zero tools and methods, including implementing the sharing economy concept in business, and implementing solutions and best practices in line with the Green Deal and circular economy principles, as well as sustainability. Each of our webinars is dedicated to one of those pillars. The outputs of the project should help SMEs to effectively transform and adopt innovative approaches. Moreover, we aim at providing new services to higher education institutions and intermediaries. Intermediaries we define as organizations either directly enhancing innovations development by providing support to SMEs, or entities closely cooperating with companies on innovations development. So entities that will enhance competencies of SMEs and equally support them in 7 regions of Central Europe in their transformation journey. The project is based on the quintuple helix innovation model approach that focuses on the collaboration between academia, civil society, government, industry, and natural environment in fostering innovation. Innovation is seen here as emerging from interactions and collaborations among these 5 stakeholders. Well, what does it mean? The consortium is composed of 8 project partners from 7 Central European countries. The main idea behind the partnership structure is 4+4 rule, meaning we have 4 representatives of higher education institutions, that is Wrocław University of Science and Technology, Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, University of Genova from Italy, and Technical University of Košice from Slovakia, and on the other side 4 representatives of intermediaries. That is Business Upper Austria, that is Center of Research and Technological Innovation from Italy, that is Pannon Business Network Association from Hungary, and Stepri Science and Technology Park from Croatia. Our financing is 2.49 million euros funded from Interreg Central Europe program. What actions will we take? Well, first of all, we are developing inspiration knowledge base, online knowledge repository that combines both theory and also real-world practice. Inside, you will find the best practices, success stories, and insights revolving around the 4 pillars of the project. Ready for future audit methodology. This involves developing an audit framework, methodology and measurement system to help us determine the readiness level of small and medium-sized enterprises across these crucial 4 pillars. Moving on to the SMERF diagnosis tool, here we are assessing where SMEs stand across those pillars and then tailoring individual transformation scenarios for them. We're talking about at least 160 SMEs here. These scenarios aren't just about diagnosis. They offer actionable recommendations for organizational changes with those pillars, along with practical methods and solutions to help SMEs level up. Finally, SMERF trainings for mentors. These sessions will be dedicated for universities and business organizations keen on leveraging the SMERF tool effectively. We will introduce the SMERF Individual Support Program, a tailored support initiative designed around the SMERF diagnosis tool and the specific needs of SMEs. Within this program, companies will have access to 2 main types of support. Firstly, personalized mentorship programs featuring experienced mentors who will assist in developing detailed implementation plans for transformation and offer guidance on initial steps. And secondly, consultations with experts that will provide additional insights and support. Next on our agenda is the Inno Green Market Initiative. This involves facilitating 16 study visits for SMEs, treating them as service or product providers, to connect with larger companies treated as service or product recipients. The goal here is to foster an exchange of experience and cultivate collaboration. Large companies will present their needs, while SMEs will showcase their services, gaining valuable insights into why transitioning towards SMERF is beneficial for them. Lastly, we have the behind-the-scenes workshop for policymakers. This aims to transfer best practices from more innovative regions such as Germany and Austria to less innovative ones like Poland, Croatia, Italy, Slovakia and Hungary. It is dedicated effort targeting local and regional public authorities and business support organizations, aiming to empower them with insights to drive innovation and growth in their respective areas. At the end, let's look at our project's timeline. Our project began in April 2023. In the first year of project duration, we were focusing on research to define the SMERF concept. We developed a transformation process and built inspiration knowledge base that we are still updating. By April 2025, we will develop the SMERF diagnosis tool and support over 160 SMEs with individualized transformation scenarios based on their progress in each pillar. And in our final year, ending in April 2026, we will consolidate results, offer trainings for universities and business environment institutions, facilitate mentioned study visits, provide advanced support programs for over 24 SMEs. These programs will include mentoring, consultations with experts, and so on. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that webinar will be interesting for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mateusz, for the presentation and the overview about the project activities. Now, as a next step, we would like to go a bit interactive with our meeting, and I would like to ask Ms. Laura Fotulova to take over the speech.
Thank you, Andrea. I just shared a message into the group chat about the next procedure, so if everyone can open it, that would be great. I will share my screen now, and we will have a Kahoot session. Okay. So if everyone can please go to the kahoot.it and join with the pin you will see on the screen, and then join with your name. The Kahoot will consist of 2 simple questions. One will be open-ended, so you can type in whatever you feel like, and the second will be just a simple yes or no. It will be very valuable for us to see your feedback. So we really encourage you to join. Okay, I will wait a few more seconds if anyone wants to join. Okay, we will start now. So you can type in anything that comes to mind with this topic. You can write up until 250 characters. And you have enough time. It's a session for 90 seconds. You still have 20 seconds left if anyone wants to answer. Okay, we can quickly look at the answers. Great, and we will go to the next question. It is if you believe that SMEs generally have a well-developed green circular economy and sustainability. There is 10 seconds left for everyone to answer. And we have the results. Okay, great. So that is all from my side for now.
Okay.
I'm giving the word back to Andrea.
Thank you very much, Laura, and thank you very much for the guests participating in the Kahoot pool. This is important for us, and based on the results, it is clear that our dear guests are very well informed about this webinar topic. And with this event, we also would like to contribute to this knowledge and provide you a general introduction about green and circular economy, and then a deeper dive with the help of our expert. So firstly, I would like to start with my general presentation. So if some technical problems appear again, please let me know. I try to share my presentation first. Okay. I hope that you can see now the presentation mode. If not, then screen. Okay, so our webinar is about green and circular economy and sustainability. And first of all, I would like to share with you a very general definition of the topic, which is already known for everybody, that the circular economy is a model of production and consumption which involves sharing, leasing, reusing, repairing, refurbishing, and recycling existing materials and products as long as possible. So in this way, the life cycle of the products extended, okay? Okay, it's not in presentation mode. Thank you, Mara. For me, it is. Okay. Today is not my day, but I try it again. Okay, I would like to ask for a message again. So I see this now in a presenter's mode, so that I see the whole presentation, not the PPT.
No, Andrea, we still see the previous PowerPoint mode,
Okay.
but it's big enough. I think we can read it.
Okay, thank you. And sorry, we tested it before, but I don't know what. Okay, let's go back to this panel of it. So we have the definition and now let's see a little bit in a deeper context. You already know, I think, these two different graphics, linear economy on the right, on the left side, and circular economy model on the right side. So linear economy is a traditional model of production and consumption that follows a straightforward path. So resources are extracted, transformed into a product, used by consumers, and then discarded as a waste. These take, make, use, and dispose approach is unsustainable in the long term, and it relies on a constant supply of new resources and results significant waste and environmental impact. In contrast, the circular economy model is aimed at eliminating waste and tries to enable the continually using resources. It contrasts with the traditional linear economy by emphasizing the design of product for longevity, reuse, repair, remanufacturing, and recycling. This approach creates a closed loop system where materials and products are kept in a circulation for as long as possible, reducing the need for new resources and the minimization of environmental impact. So the circular economy aims to create a sustainable model that benefits businesses, society, and the environment. Okay, so this slide contains only then summing up of this. So green and circular economy and sustainability is a new and responsible way of designing and producing a product and a way of managing production and distribution processes. Now go deeper to the activities of our project, because in our SMERF project, we are really interested in SMEs ready for the future. So what are the characteristics of an SME become future ready for the challenging of green and circular economy? What are the features of an SME ready for future in this topic? So an SME ready for future is thinking in strategy and culture. So as the SME tries to integrate both the principles of the circular economy and sustainability into its operation, strategy, and culture. Very important are the fact that they try to elaborate an environmentally friendly product. As the SME tries to create a product that is environmentally friendly and also socially responsible. Key element is process optimization. So the SME has to leave this take, make, and dispose model and try to strive for more sustainable processes. Green and responsible in designing a product is also a very important option. The SME has to try to integrate circular principles like designing for longevity, resource efficiency, waste reduction, and regeneration. Key is innovation. These SMEs who try to be green and responsible have to engage in continuous innovation to adapt to changing conditions and leverage opportunities within the circular model. Finally, new processes. These SMEs who want to change to these paths have to implement new processes to minimize the waste, optimize resource use, and maximize the life of the product, and minimize the ecological footprint of these products and also services. Okay, that's clear. So as a final part of my presentation, I also want to give some key takeaways. So why is it important to be green and how to be green on production and product level. It is very important that small and medium-sized enterprises are taking part in continuous learning and learning from good examples, how to be better in these activities. It's also important not to think only inside a company, but if a company is cooperating with other actors in the supplier chain or value chain, to possibly to contact with those ones who also have the same visions to be sustainable. Then it's also very important to write down a clear sustainability strategy to really optimize processes and raw material use. In any cases, to welcome innovation, also on management level, but also in production processes and in the product development. It's important to apply the newest digital technologies because it can help really to optimize these processes through different tracking possibilities. And finally, always contributing to research and development to get to a next level. Okay, that was from my side. Thank you for the possibility that I could share my idea with you. And now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Jorge Marusic, who is our invited expert in today's topic, and would like to ask him to present the ideas. Thank you.
Hello, Andrea. Hello, everybody. Glad to be with you today. And I'll first share and then just ask you to confirm whether this works.
Okay. It works nicely.
It works?
Yes.
That's great. That's great. So I will try to put what Andrea said and what you are working on, circular economy, in a broader context, and then perhaps tell you something about systematic management of sustainability in businesses. And also, since through SMERF project, you are trying to prepare small and medium enterprises and support institutions for the future. I would say that actually the future is already here with us today, but let's start. What we will be addressing today, I will try to be as brief as possible, although the presentation is quite long, is sustainability as foundation for long-term competitiveness of small and medium enterprises or of enterprises in general. Also, the concept of sustainability as both a risk, business risk, and a business opportunity for smart enterprises. And thirdly, that sustainability requires systematic approach and collaboration between enterprises. I have spent a long time dealing with EU policies, strategies, programming and projects, both on international level and on national and local levels. But in the last 5 years, I would say I focused almost completely on sustainability for businesses. And I'm involved currently in a few Horizon projects quite similar to what you are doing within SMERF. The broader context is, of course, sustainable development, and we all are familiar with the concept, so I won't bother you much. But the point is that we cannot ignore what's happening on our planet, and the planet, unfortunately, cannot ignore what businesses are doing. So to achieve sustainable development, all companies, from the largest ones to the smallest ones, need to apply sustainability in their business practices. Actually, this should not only be practice, this should be a strategy for all enterprises. Sustainable business means a balance between profit, because profit must remain a must. I mean, for any company, profit is first priority, but profit is really nonsensical if we damage the planet and damage the people around us. Then business and profit does not make much sense. Of course, connections between enterprises, businesses, economy, and the sustainability, it's countless on many levels, different interactions, but basically you cannot find any dimension of business without at least finding one or several connections to sustainable development goals, and this is the reality. We cannot work in any field without somehow interacting with the environment and the community. Economic development must happen within so-called planetary boundaries. I don't know whether you are familiar with this concept, but basically what this concept means that any sustainable economic activity must provide for the basic needs of the people, but not use so much resources, natural resources, that it steps outside the sustainability of our planet. This is the so-called donut economy concept. And Kate Raworth, who actually conceived this donut economy model, says that a healthy economy should be designed to thrive, not necessarily and only to grow. This applies both to economy in general, but also to single enterprises. What we are witnessing, luckily witnessing in the last few decades, is a so-called decoupling process. Historically speaking, economic growth has been in very, very strong correlation with the use of resources. So the more we grew, the more we produced, the more resources we were using. So these two growth curves were basically identical. In the last few decades, there is a decoupling process, as I said, both in terms of resources and in terms of impacts, meaning that we still are growing and growing fast, but luckily the growth of the natural resources we are using is not increasing that fast. Why? Because we are applying principles and practices of circular economy, and we are applying new technologies. So we are on a good track. We can continue growing, economically speaking, but we are not damaging the planet as fast as we did in the last century or so, since we started with the first industrial revolution. So this is good news. We are not there yet, unfortunately. So we have to try hard still until this process of decoupling is complete, and we actually managed to find a model which ensures growth, which will not at all, but not that much be followed by an increase of use of natural resources. Andrea already showed what is the difference between traditional, I would say, linear and circular economy. But basically, it's our ability in the circular economy to reuse the resources we have started with. So basically, we use certain amount of resources, and the ones that come out of the process are not necessarily just rejected, but are returned in many ways. Different models are returned into the same process or used in different production processes. And this is graphically the representation of how circular economy works in general terms. The benefits of circular economy can be defined in three main dimensions. One is environmental benefits. The second one is, of course, economic benefits and social benefits. I don't think I need to describe them. Andrea has done already this, but these are the three main dimensions of circular economy benefits. The strategies are different. These are just three examples of a strategy a company or a group of companies can implement when trying to apply a circular economy in their business practices. Again, it's no point for me to describe, to read what's here. You can read the descriptions yourselves. but these are the main three paths your companies should take when trying to act according to circular economy principles. But now I would like to step into a broader context. As I said, why should we at all talk about sustainability in business? Because circular economy or circular practices are just one part, important, but just one part of sustainability and sustainable business. I think we are all aware that sustainability is something that concerns us all. It has become focus of the public in general, of political structures, of most importantly of financial institutions. Why I say most importantly? Because we live in a world that works based on the principle where the money goes, the world goes. And we will see later on that the money, due to the new EU policy and legal framework, money is starting to go significantly in sustainable investments, and this is very good news. The sustainability is embedded deeply and broadly in the strategic and legal framework in the European Union and our countries, so national systems as well. It's definitely have been proven that sustainability provides very solid grounds for long-term competitiveness of enterprises. The market trends are obvious. You can just look at TV commercials and see how many companies use sustainability in one way or the other as part of their branding and marketing activities. And finally, what I said in the beginning, any enterprise should be aware that sustainability has become both a risk for companies, but also a big business opportunity if a company is quick and smart in its reactions. What is the framework that I mentioned in the European Union, our framework? The European Union member states have decided to put sustainability at the very core of its policies. I'm not talking about one specific policy, I'm talking about horizontal approach. So strategically, the European Union has directed itself towards sustainability. I would say the strongest symbol and instrument in this is the European Green Deal, which actually is a financial program worth 1.8 billion, actually trillion euros. It's 1,800 billion euros. Most of it is public financing, but it's also some private capital. And this money is channeled, implemented through different European programs, including Interreg, which finances the SMERF project. When you have probably noticed that whenever you apply for any type of grant, either European programs or national programs, sustainability, ESG criteria are applied when your project proposal is evaluated during a grant call. And finally, since at least 5 years, but even importantly, since this year, we have new European legislation which has been implemented or is being implemented in our national regulatory frameworks, and we will talk about it a little later on. All of these channels, or let's say, encourages strongly companies and financial institutions to invest in sustainable business practices. When a company is trying to decide whether it should invest in sustainability, there are some questions that each company or each manager or each owner should ask themselves. Why would or should I do it? If I try to invest in sustainability, is it just a one-off investment, or rather one-off cost, or is it an investment which will provide me some positive returns? Is it profitable to invest in sustainability? Can my competitiveness be increased? Can my market position be strengthened? Do I expect, or do I already experience pressure from regulators, from customers, from business partners, from investors? And most importantly, is my company obliged? Is it compulsory for my company to report on sustainability? And some companies must. Actually, all companies will have to do it one way or the other. So to just summarize what I've said until now, why a company should invest in sustainability? Because of legal obligations, because it's easier to access capital in the banks, in investment companies, you will probably get more favorable financing conditions if you are performing well in terms of sustainability. You have significantly bigger chances of getting grant financing within European programs if your project is designed to improve your ESG performance. Your competitiveness will be stronger. The market will see you in a better light. And of course, for those companies which are export-oriented, access to some markets, for instance, Scandinavia or some mature markets, it's virtually impossible if your product, your services are not provenly sustainable. Okay, so these are the reasons why your companies, you as entrepreneurs, should invest, and why support institutions should support you in your sustainability oriented efforts. What are the actual opportunities for entrepreneurs related to sustainability? First of all, investments. So as I mentioned, the policy framework, the legislation, of course, at global and European level, require a large investments in order to achieve the so-called Sustainability Development Goals, SDGs. I am sure that you have heard a lot about it. And this has been assessed to a certain number, which is approximately $7 billion US, which is quite similar in euros, until 2030. What does this mean? That a large company or a public entity, government, will invest large amounts of money in achieving higher sustainability performance. And then your companies perhaps could step in as suppliers for these investments, so you can earn from these investments. The European Green Deal provides grants. You can access grants more easily for your own investments in sustainability. The market, of course, is a huge opportunity because the market provenly requires sustainable goods and services. You can more easily access new markets. And of course, the relation between customers, your clients, and your companies is, again, provenly stronger. There is more loyalty, more attraction to customers if your company is sustainable, if your product or service is sustainable. And of course, directly speaking, savings. So if you are acting, if you have sustainable business practices, you use fewer resources, you lower your cost, for instance, for waste disposal, you get better financing conditions, you pay less taxes, you pay less insurance premiums, and so on and so on. So these are opportunities which are only a few of the opportunities that lay in sustainability for each company. Of course, it has to be planned and implemented carefully. This is, again, a very short list of ESG performance impacts on your businesses. I suppose that you know what ESG means. These are criteria that are divided, sustainability criteria that are divided in three categories: environment, social, and governance. And if your company performs well, and there are ways of measuring your performance in these three dimensions of sustainability, then you will have benefits for your business. And this is a short list of benefits. This is not something which is theoretical. These figures that are shown here are empirically proven figures by the most respectable, renowned world financial analytical institutions. But this is a very short list. Actually, the list is much longer. So this is not something that we wish for. This is something that's already happening, and this is empirically proven. I already listed these, which are the immediate results of sustainability investments. So I won't repeat myself, but this is reality. This is reality. But this reality, and okay, sorry, I wanted to show you a few examples of companies. This slide actually contains pictures of just a few Croatian companies that have achieved huge commercial success based on sustainability. Some are completely new, some are very traditional. On the top right is basically our national oil and gas company, which doesn't sound much like sustainability, but actually oil and gas companies are investing a lot in sustainable activities, biofuels, emission reductions, different other things. Companies like we have traditionally a very strong shipbuilding, ship design and building industry, and this is fast shifting towards designing and producing boats which are electrical propulsion, autonomous vessels, stuff like that. Then company that recycles plastic and produces bases for road construction, and then some other companies, wine industry and so on. So what does this slide represent? This slide represents success based on sustainability almost exclusively. Okay, from supercars, this is a Rimac Nevera. We can discuss whether electric vehicles were actually sustainable, but this is a different discussion. But what I wanted to show you that success is really possible. These are real companies, from startups to very big and very traditional companies like oil and gas and maritime industry that have shifted towards sustainability and achieved great commercial success. Of course, there are numerous examples of global companies like Patagonia, IKEA, Interface, so on, so on. Just Google and you will see many inspirational stories. I come from University of Rijeka. I just wanted to show you briefly 2 slides with projects that actually we are involved in and are closely related to what you are doing. One is Inotumare, which is trying to strengthen innovation ecosystem and actual innovation outputs in the North Adriatic region. And the second one is even larger. This is so-called North Adriatic Hydrogen Valley, which focuses on the use of hydrogen, production and use of hydrogen in the economy. So this shows you the possibility for your companies, for your support institutions to join projects which are small, like few million euros, like Inotumare, or join large projects like North Adriatic Hydrogen Valley, which is worth approximately 300 million euros. So a lot of opportunities if you decide to shift your business towards sustainability. The success I've shown you does not come easy, nor does it come overnight, spontaneously, with one-off, investments. This has to be a systematic effort, systematic investments, which includes all aspects of your business, starting from adaptation of your strategy, development of sustainability management systems, development of sustainability goals, objectives for your company. You plan some investments in equipment or premises for your companies or R&D. All of these can be designed and implemented in a more sustainable way. Of course, you should educate yourself systematically. You can implement digital tools for sustainability management. You can actually hire outside experts and create jobs and revenue for other companies while ensuring higher income levels for your own company. And it's very important to understand and to remember what Andrea also said, that dealing with sustainability is not only your company, is dealing with your entire value chain. So your company, from R&D to commercial phase, your life cycle of your products and services, and of course your supply chain. This is just a cycle of sustainability management. Is basically the same as for any project management with different, of course, elements in it. But it's again not a one-off exercise. It's something you do continuously in cycles. You have to identify the priority risks and opportunities related to sustainability for your company. Based on those, you define your goals, your KPIs. You integrate these objectives into your work processes. And then, of course, you start monitoring, measuring, evaluate what you have achieved in the given period, and then rerun the entire cycles. During this cycle, you always have to communicate with someone, either with your partners, your clients, your suppliers, with the regulatory bodies, and this communication can be just informal, or it can be strictly defined, formally defined as a obligation for reporting. I mentioned ESG. These three letters are like cornerstones of sustainability in three dimensions. Of course, environment, social, and governance. It is quite usual that when we talk about sustainability, everybody thinks of environment and stop there. And even though environmental dimension of sustainability is the most significant in terms of challenges, costs, and risks, social and governance are also important dimensions. And all three dimensions are actually evaluated when you present your project proposal for a grant financing, when you go to a bank, when you go to a new market, when you go to your insurance company. They will ask you about how your company is performing in all three dimensions of sustainability. So don't forget this. Sometimes it will be more about environment, or mostly it will be about environment, but there are important aspects in the other two pillars too. And don't forget about it when you try to deal with sustainability in your company. Okay, sorry, this is in Croatian, but what it basically says is that managing sustainability is managing risks first and foremost. So each company is different, each sector is different, each circumstance is different, each market is different, and when you deal with sustainability, you always have to assess what are the most significant risks for your company and start dealing with those. And that is, of course, a certain methodology, or not one, but several methodologies of how you define what is a significant risk. For companies, there is so-called double materiality assessment of risk, sustainability risks. One is the financial materiality, financial significance, and the other is material materiality, physical risks for your businesses. Just to make things clear, what is a physical risk for a business? For instance, you own a hospitality company and you own some restaurants, beach restaurants. Due to climate change, sea levels have been rising. The intensity of weather conditions, storms has risen, and your restaurants, beach restaurants, are exposed to much more risks of being distracted or at least damaged than before. So for a hospitality company owning restaurants on beaches, this is a material risk. And of course, the other side is how much this will cost me. And then you can compare what would be the cost of losing a restaurant in comparison to perhaps moving the restaurant in a different location or implementing some risk mitigation investments. As I said before, when you deal with sustainability, it's not only your company, it's an entire ecosystem of stakeholders around your company. And I have indicated here with this colored ellipses, in my opinion, which are the most important ones, but all are important, or all are related to your sustainability case, performance. All have impacts. You have impacts on all of them, but these which are indicated are, in my view, the most important ones. And this is also something you're not that you have to remember. You are not dealing only with your companies. What are the different dimensions of sustainability management in companies? It's the governance, how you govern your company. It is the organization, so you have to set up a certain structure with the responsibilities related to sustainability, from management level to operational level. So there has to be a clear assignment of responsibilities and tasks. Then the processes, of course, you have to design, improve, or implement new processes which improve your sustainability performance. You can implement new technology, completely new, or you can just improve the existing ones. For instance, buying more energy efficient equipment, or applying better air filters in order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and so on and so on. So, as I said before, there is no dimension of your company's activity that does not relate to sustainability and sustainability performance. Nothing you do in your companies is detached from sustainability performance. This is something that I've already shown in a different format, but basically this is how we approach sustainability in a systematic way, and what are the steps to achieve a systematic sustainability management system in your company. So I won't be describing each of these steps. I think they are quite clearly defined as they are. Now we come to something that is still being, I will use the term, ignored by too many companies, especially the small and medium enterprises, and this is sustainability reporting. If you know, or maybe you don't, sustainability reporting, or previously it was called non-financial reporting, has been introduced in European Union economic system since 2017 with so-called non-financial reporting directive. More recently, the European Union member states have introduced new legislation. One is so-called EU taxonomy, which classifies economic activities, so sectors, in environmentally significant or less significant sectors, categories. And the other one is the newest Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, CSRD, which introduces from this year an obligation for certain categories of companies to report on annual basis on sustainability performance. What does this mean? This actually means a lot because it's a very heavy burden for companies. And this is not anymore, voluntary exercise. Previously, companies could or could not report on sustainability performance. Even when they reported, nobody actually checked the numbers in these reports. But what is changing now? First of all, the new regulation includes a much larger number categories of companies. So each company, which is 250 employees or more, which has a total assets of 25 million euros and a total net income on yearly basis of 50 million euros, must report on sustainability performance on yearly basis with the financial reports based on very, very detailed technical reporting standards, very, very detailed. If you are small and medium enterprises, you might think, well, I'm lucky, I do not fall under the scope of this directive. But you are not that lucky as you might think. Why? Because not formally, but informally, this directive, this reporting obligation for large companies and financial institutions will have a domino effect and will spill over to yourselves. If you want to have a better access to capital, cheaper or better financing conditions in banks, if you want to have investments for investment funds, if you want to be a supplier of a large company, corporation, if you want to keep your existing contracts with large companies, you will actually have to behave and report in the almost same way as the large company. So even if your company does not fall formally under the scope of CSRD, the obligations of your bigger brothers and sisters will actually have this effect that you will also have to report and behave in a sustainable manner. This is describing what are these technical standards for sustainability reporting. I would encourage you, it's a very boring and frightening read, but I would encourage you to read these, to find it on the internet, to read those, because when tomorrow or this afternoon even you will go to a bank or to an investor or to a certain company that you want to become supplier of, you will receive a questionnaire that resembles in a large part and is structured based on these technical standards from the CSRD directive. So it's going to be, I repeat, a frightening and boring read, but do it, inform yourselves, because you will receive or you are already receiving questions which are based on these standards. What's in the pipeline currently? So do you see my cursor or not?
No.
Okay, but no. You see the slides yes. Well, okay. So yes. The first one, ESRS, signed in red. These are technical standards which apply to the large companies, so those that fall under the scope of the directive, okay? So they have to apply these standards. There are over 1,200 data points in these standards. Luckily, companies don't have to apply all of these, but this is, again, another presentation, another story. But this, which is signed in yellow, is so-called voluntary standards for SMEs. This is about to be approved soon, I think by the end of this year or early 2025. These standards should be your guidelines in dealing with sustainability. And I repeat, these are voluntary, but I would invite you to start reading them and trying to align with them. And I would also encourage support institutions to help small and medium enterprises implement these criteria as guidance for sustainability management in the companies. Last, the main takeover from my presentation is that sustainable business is good business, but what's underneath this statement is that actually it requires a systematic approach, investments, but these eventually pay off, and this again is not my statement as sustainability consultant or just an inspirational speech. This is something that has been extensively empirically proven by the most important private and public institutions globally. And this from my side is all. I hope I stayed within the time frame, Andrea.
Yes, thank you very much for your very detailed and interesting presentation. I think you touched a lot of topics which were not really known by us. And if the participants want to ask some questions, please use the chat for this. And you were in time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I would like to go to the next topic of ours, and I would like to ask Laura again to talk a little bit about our inspirational knowledge base and connected topics. Thank you.
Of course, thank you, Andrea. Okay, you shall be able to see my screen.
Yes, that's true. It's fine.
Great. Thank you again for the words, Andrea. So I would like to introduce our inspiration knowledge base and what we aim to do with this in this project. But firstly, I would like to start with a quote from management consultant, educator, and author Peter Ferdinand Drucker. It's whenever you see a successful business, someone made a courageous decision. This is exactly what we aim to do with our SMERF project. We aim to help the companies, the SMEs, to be more innovative, and we aim to help them towards change. As it was already introduced by our lead partner from Wust, these are different kind of activities that our project offers, but I will just speak about Inspiration Knowledge Base, which is already available on readyforfuture.eu. You can already visit it and go through it. So basically, the whole content of it is not a regular web page about the project. It's a repository of different good practices from real world, from 7 countries and regions that that consist of our project partners region. So it's 8 regions actually. Also you can find division between 4 project pillars, which is innovation culture, digital manufacturing, open innovation, and sharing economy, and last but not least, green and circular economy and sustainability. So you can choose whatever you see fit and go through with it. It is rather, I would say, easy to understand content there. It's divided into these main parts that you can see on the screen. It's a description of the chosen institution. Then it is described what challenge they faced and how they solved it, who were the collaborating actors, and what were the needed resources to solve the chosen problem, and if there is any evidence of success or potential for learning or transfer, it is included here as well. Of course, we also included another activity, which is the video interviews with specialists. So you can find 16 videos among these good practices as well for some of the cases. So again, I will introduce a second Kahoot session. So if you can please again take your phones, and we will proceed to the second session. So the questions will be made in the same manner. So firstly, you will have an open-ended question where you can type in anything you want, and the second will be a yes or no. It will be purely about this inspiration knowledge base, and again, your insight would be very valuable, and your feedback as well. So I will wait for a minute or so. Okay, I think we'll start. So if there is anything you're missing in the inspiration knowledge base that you would like to see there, or if you have any other ideas, feel free to type them in. You still have 50 seconds left, so there is still enough time to think about it more. We have our answers. Okay, great, and we can go further. So the question is if you find inspiration knowledge base as a good inspiring tool for companies or for yourself personally. Great. That's nice to see that we are doing work that is appreciated. Okay, so that's all from my side. I will give the word back to Andrea.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for voting and helping our work in our project. Our next short part is about presenting you some interesting parts of the inspirational knowledge base. So I would like to show you an example video to encourage you to engage with our platform later on and discover our content. Maybe I would ask Tobias again to support me in sharing the video. Thank you very much.
Ugye egy új cégként, aki terméket fejleszt, általában a kihívás, hogy van-e anyagi forrása a termékfejlesztésre, hiszen azok a cégek, akik már gyártó cégek, erre költenek, elkülönítenek pénzeket. Úgyhogy szerencsére egy elég korai fázisban sikerült pályázati pénzeket elérni a cégnek, ami lehetővé tette azt, hogy a termékfejlesztésre tudjon költeni. És mivel voltak pozitív visszacsatolások, nemzetközi kiállításon, innovációs díjat Magyarországon kaptunk, így tovább tudtunk lépni a pályázatokkal, és a következő fázis nyilván az volt, hogy amikor már volt egy gyártható termék, akkor a gyártás megszervezésre, ami szintén általában egy új terméknél problémát szokott jelenteni. Részben a termék egyes részeit külföldön, a többit Magyarországon, az összeszerelés itt történt, úgyhogy hát erre alapozva indult meg az értékesítés. Ugye ez egy innovatív új termékről van szó, egy duplán zöld termék, mert újrahasznosított vázra építjük a napelemes részt, ami járható felület. Elég jó volt a fogadtatás a külföldön, volt pár érdekes projekt, és akkor amikor mondjuk Hollandiában elnyertünk egy nagy projektet, vagy Hongkongban egy felhőkarcoló tetejére több ezer darab terméket leraktak, akkor nyilván ez egy elég jó vizibilitást is adott, meg referenciát, hogy külföldön releváns és eladható a termék. Úgyhogy én azt gondolom, ezek a projektek mindenképp a sikerek közé sorolhatók.
The biggest or the greatest success what we had achieved in the company, I think it's not something where we could say, yes, this was the one product. I mean, we have iconic products which were running for 30 years or almost 40 years in the same construction or design. But yeah, that's what can be seen to the outside. But I think our biggest success is that from 82, where it was a product where you really had to pull the customers in to see, to feel what the comfort of a bare shoe can be, until today, where we have, as I said, the omni-channel marketing to the customers, a direct and very close relationship with the customers in the community, making it possible to distribute our shoes in the best areas of metropole cities. I think that is our biggest success, where we are proud of and see that through consistent innovations, through something where you don't have huge budget, and as a KMU, you have to see, okay, where do I put my budgets? I think that is our greatest success, that we have made it always growing in a way of a modular way sometimes, and sometimes a little bit faster, and but always with the mind of we want to not just be in the market and sell our company after profit. We were always in the market of seeing first generation of founding it, second generation of continuing it in the right way, and then I myself, I think it should go into the next generation, which is at the doorstep. And our intention is that these younger generations, which we employ in the company also right now, should carry on with these spirits and success into the future. And that's our success, that we are able to say, yes, we brought it so far, and there is no end to it at the moment. So that's our success.
Okay, thank you very much. So as previously mentioned, you can reach these and more videos and success stories on our knowledge base. So if you are interested, please join us. Okay, keeping the time for our meeting today, I would like to ask our last presenter, at least but not least, Mr. Paolo Nudi from Crete, Italy, to discuss, to tell us about SMERF assessment methodology.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrea. Let me just share my screen. I don't see my presentation anymore, even if it is open. Okay, let's share then the entire screen. Okay, do you see my presentation?
At the moment, the PPT is seen.
What about now? Is it in presentation now? Okay.
Yes, it's fine.
Thank goodness. Okay. Thank you very much to all of you. Today I'm here to present you how we are going to calculate the scores of your companies, and how are we going to connect those scores to specific activities that your company may or may not do in order to improve their score. So today we are speaking about Pillar 4, Green and Circular Economy and Sustainability. First of all, we decided to divide this pillar into these 4 specific features. And on these 4 features, we are going to evaluate your company on this specific pillar. How do we do it? To each feature, we are going to connect a number of questions, and to each question, we are going to provide a multiple choice answer. And based on the answer, we are going to register the score connected to the answer that you choose. We divided the questionnaire into 2 steps. The first one, which is intended to be simple and quick, it will give you an evaluation of your company based on all 4 pillars, and there is no deeping into specific details. Its output is going to be a verbose output together with a radar chart that we will see later, an example output of, or an example graphical output of this step of the questionnaire. After this first step, we are going to deepen in at least 1 pillar. So in order to get access to the second step, the first step must be completed, and within the second step, at least the questions connected to 1 pillar must be completed in order to submit the entire questionnaire. And this time, the output will be the transformation scenarios, which are the practical activities that you can do in order to improve in a specific feature. This is the graphical output that I was telling you before, an example at least of a possible graphical output. Then, after registering the scores that your company is going to have in each feature, we are going to normalize it, and we decided to divide it into 3 levels, which is a basic score, medium score, and high score. And we decided to call this logic traffic light logic. So for each pillar, we are going to measure the traffic light connected to a specific pillar to a specific feature, sorry, of a specific pillar. Then we decided to list down activities that may help companies nowadays to improve in all 4 pillars. And then we connected those activities with the specific pillar features. It must be noticed that the same feature coming from different pillar may appear in different activities, since different activity, or we thought that different activities may impact the same pillar or the same features coming from different pillars. And then we will use this traffic light logic in the sense that we are going then to count how many green situation, yellow situation, or red situation we have per activity. And then this is going to be the trigger to advise to your company a specific activity or not to advise a specific activity. And that was it. Thank you very much, Laura.
Thank you very much, Paolo, for this interesting and detailed explanation of our methodology. Okay, so today we are coming to the end of our event. Until now, no questions appeared from your side, but of course, if you have any questions to all of our presenters or the topics or for the knowledge base, you can reach us also via the internet on our homepage, but you surely received also our availabilities when you registered to our event. So in conclusion, I would like to thank all of our participants and our experts and supporting colleagues.
There is a question, Andrea. There is a question.
Really?
I already saw in the chat. Yes.
Okay. Paolo, this is for you. Thank you.
So yes, exactly. So this is the tool that we are going to design. The tool is under programming right now by a software house. As long as the tool is going to be online, hosted in a European server, we will provide the links to reach the tool and then to answer the questions. So it is still a work in progress for now. Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So if there are no other questions, then we can close, I think, today's event. And again, I would like to thank for the presenters and our supporting colleagues for their great work. And I would like to encourage you to get in touch with us and to help in testing these functionalities and engage with our stakeholders. Yes, and additionally, we value your feedback and kindly ask you to complete the upcoming feedback questionnaire about today's webinar. And so you can help our work and my work with learning more about technical aspects of a meeting. So again, sorry for that. I try to do my best. And finally, stay tuned because this is not the last webinar of ours. Next week, there will be the 4th topic. And it will be also very, very interesting. And please register, and we are hoping for your support and participation. Okay, thank you very much.